And next, paving stone degeneration we talked about, or in the drawings you will see them. We say the outlines of these degenerations should be in blue color, and the middle side is going to be in red color. But first, you should see the retina. In the retina, if you see paving stone degeneration, they will look like something like this, and then you draw them. The outlines with the blue color, and the inside with the red color. And retinal tuft, this is a big challenge for you if you just read some books about Fundus Drawing. You will not see, you will ask yourself that what is tuft? There are also the parts of the retinal tissue, elevated parts, sometimes by the traction of vitreous, sometimes without the traction. Anyway, they are called tufts. The retinal tissue is elevated without detachment. They are elevated, and sometimes they are going to be torn, and a small part of the retina is going to be completely torn and separated from the retina, and in this place a hole is going to be made, and that is going to be called operculated hole. That's also coming, we are going to talk about. And in the books or in the texts, they talk about retinal funduscopy. They will say the tufts should be colored by blue. And then you must know what is the tuft. The elevation of the retinal tissue, sometimes by traction and sometimes without traction, they are called the tufts. And we color them by blue. And harsher tear, this is a more common tear. You mostly heard about it. It will look something like this. This is the outlines of these harsher tears are also should be colored with blue, and the inside should be in red. And sometimes if they make a flap like this, they may also be in blue. And this is something, if you see in the retina, you will say this is the harsher tear.
Yes, is there any picture of drawing?
Yeah, the drawings will come. But before going to the drawings,
if you put the drawing after every picture, it will be better.
I thought that it's better to first see the retina, then the drawing, because first we see the retina, then the drawing.
When you explain one
by one. Yeah, that's a good idea. In the future, if I give the lecture anywhere else, I will do that.
Side to side.
Yes, that's also a good idea. This is what I talked about, operculated hole. Sometimes they say operculum. Operculum itself should be colored with green. And then there is a question, what is operculum? This was a big problem in the previous lecture Dr. Brent talked about. They just named the things, but we didn't understand what were they. So operculum is again a retinal tissue that is going to be separated from the other retina, and this is going to be free floating. This is going to be attached to the posterior vitreous, and it is going to be free floating. And this we draw it by a green color, because everything we talked about before, everything in the vitreous should be drawn in green, mostly everything. So, and this is, you see it is smaller than the hole itself. Why? Any idea? Because the normal retina has the blood supply. When it is separated from the normal retina, the blood supply is not there, so it becomes atrophic and it shrinks, and it becomes smaller. And these patients, sometimes a part of this operculum is attached to the retina, and it is under the traction. In these conditions, the patients are symptomatic. When these part also separates and it completely becomes free floating, then the patient becomes asymptomatic. But some of the patients may have sometimes some kind of flutter, because this is going to give a shadow on the retina. Okay, we will go next. And this is what we talk about lattice degeneration. This is going to be shown something like this. Sometimes you see the lattice shape strains here, and sometimes there are holes within the lattice degeneration. If the holes, we say that the outline of the lattice degeneration should be in blue, and the center of it is with red cross lines. And that is also in blue cross lines. The outline is in blue and the cross lines are in blue. But if there are holes, again the outline of the hole is going to be in blue and the center is going to be in red color. Yes. So my purpose is first you see the lesions and then you can draw them easily. And this is an RD, retinal detachment. RDs are going to be drawn in blue generally. And the folds which will be present again in solid blue color, blue lines are going to be there. And the hole, again, the outline of the hole is going to be in blue, and the center of the hole or brick are going to be in red color. Again, if the bricks have a fold, these kinds of folds, they should be also in blue color. Yeah, most of the time, if you see the RV, you must be looking for the brick. There must be some kind of hole or brick in the RV. Most of them, they are present, and we must look for them. Okay, next choroidal nerves, you will see here is a nervus, a choroidal nerves. They are colored with black. If you see something like this, you must understand this is the nervus. Next, choroidal melanoma or choroidal tumors, we say they are going to be colored with brown. So, if you see some kind of lesions like this, you may color them with brown. And also retinal capillary hemangioma, if you see they are colored with red, and you must be aware of it. The next, retinal cavernous hemangioma, like this. We talked about the orbital cavernous hemangiomas, but sometimes it's also present in the retina, and again they are going to be colored with red. Another thing, some normal structures in the retina, for example, the vertex veins or vertex veins. Sometimes if they are visible for you, and this is also a good marker for locating the equator. The vertex veins are also located in the equator. If you can see them, sometimes you may be able to see them. They should be drawn with red. This is something different from the other veins. The other retinal veins are drawn by blue color, but these vertex veins are drawn by red color. So it is also something you may find sometimes. And this is a GRT, a giant retinal tear. And these, we say, the open portion of these tears, you imagine first the tear occurred here, and this, and it went backward to the posterior port, and it made a fold. This is the fold which was made for the retinal tissue, and this is the inner portion of the tear, and this is the fold. So the inner portion of the tear is going to be colored with red, and this fold is going to be colored with blue. In the next, in the drawings, when I showed it to you, you must understand that this structure should be, it should be like something like this. Okay. And another thing you will see the whisk ring. Do you think about it? That is something, a PVD or some kind of opacitation in the posterior vitreous, and then a ring is made. This ring is going to give the patient, again, the ring-shaped flutter the patient is going to have. And these rings are also colored by what? Green. Because, again, it relates to the vitreous. Everything in the vitreous, in general, we color them with green. Although in some texts they say the fresh hemorrhage should be in red, but in the other books, they say mostly other thing, foreign bodies, everything in the vitreous should be in green. Okay, this is Westring. And this is also another picture of Westring. It's going to be shown like this. Another thing, the laser spots, the fresh laser spots are going to be shown like this. Sometimes they are in the very periphery of the retina. If you look to them very carefully, you will see these spots. And these fresh laser spots are going to be colored with yellow. And sometimes the old laser spots, and they are going to be colored by black, yes. The fresh ones in yellow and the old ones, and they themselves also look a little something like black, and you also color them with black color. Okay, next, branch retinal vein occlusion, or BRVO. You may see something. You are familiar with these ones, BRVO, and you are familiar. And you may also, again, draw the flame-shaped hemorrhages. We talked about it before. It is easy for us. And this is a kind of a form of diabetic retinopathy. You see the flame hemorrhages and also the dot hemorrhage may be seen. And these are all the exudates. We are again familiar with the diabetic retinopathy patients because most of our patients come with this problem, and for most of them we also advise our study. And this is the picture of the scleral indentation. In the first picture you see that without indentation, this kind of lesion, the images are old, it looks like this. By the indentation, we may see more aspects of the lesion. If we indent the lesion, and then we will understand the depth of this lesion, either it is excavated or it is not. So sometimes we have to indent the sclera. And in the next picture you will see how do we
What is the reason why we see more space with indentation, more areas?
Because you look to this eye, and these peripheries are not being shown by simply looking to the retina. But if I press this area and this comes forward, so it becomes visible. The indentation, by indentation we press these areas, the periphery retina. This is going to be the central retina, this is going to be the peripheral retina, or this is going to be the posterior retina, and these are going to be the anterior retina. These anterior places are going to be visible if you press these areas. Hope you understood. Today you must finish it. Okay, this is how we do. These are the special instruments. They are made for scleral indentation. But if you don't have this from paper clips, you can also make this kind of somewhat like the same like this, and then you can do scleral indentation. Raise up to the posterior part of the vitreous base, and this is going to be called retinal dialysis. Sometimes you may see these kinds of lesions, and this is very difficult because it is in the more periphery of the retina or more interior. Again, indentation will help you to see these areas. Again, you should be familiar with it. Okay. And this is another picture to show all the things, retinal dialysis, how does it look. And again, operculated hole. You see, this is the hole which was made, and this is the operculum. It's the retinal tissue which is attached to the posterior vitreous, and this is the shadow of it. It means it is not on the retina, but it is before retina. It is in the sky, not in the ground. The ground, if we think, is the retina, but it is not in the ground. So it has a shadow here. It has a shadow, and you see it is atrophy. It becomes smaller than the hole itself. And this is an incomplete L-shaped chair, and also this one is going to be the liner one, but all of them look like a horseshoe chairs. And this, we can also call it the U chair, U shape or horseshoe shaped chairs. Okay, now we come to the corners. Which corners? Before coming to this, we know everything. We know which corners and arterioles are going to be in neovascularization, vascular abnormalities like we saw hemangiomas and Fundus, and vertex veins. I said before, attached retina, we talked about it's going to be in rich color hemorrhages, pre-retinal, intraretinal, large hemorrhages, they all should be in rich color. And it's the open interior of conventional retinal bricks that tears the holes, all of them, the interior part, not the outer, the inner side of the is going to be with rich color. And open interior of outer layer holes in retinoschisis. We said in retinoschisis there are two layers, outer and inner. And if holes are there, the inner part is going to be with rich color. And normal macula is drawn as a red dot or sometimes a red cross, it doesn't matter. And red cross line, open portion of GRT or large dialysis. You saw the GRT, giant retinal tear, in the previous pictures, and also large dialysis you saw. And the open portion of them are going to be something, some cross lines. Inner portion of chorioretinal atrophy, CRA, choroidal retinal atrophy, they are going to be in red color. Inner portion of thin areas of retina, sometimes the retina is very thin. If you find them, if you understand that these areas of the retina are thinner, and then you can color them. And open portion of retinal holes in inner layer of retinoschisis. If they are in the inner layer, they should be in red crosses. If they are in the outer layer, the holes can be present in outer layer and inner layer of retinoschisis. If they are in the outer layer, they are going to be red. But if they are in the inner layer, they will be red cross lines. That's just about finishing synergy. Be patient. Today we will finish. We have a lot of time. Up to 9 o'clock we have time. And then color, okay, blue color, we say detached retinal veins, outlines of retinal bricks. We talked about outlines of ora serrata, folds, vitreoretinal traction tufts. The tufts we talked about, they are going to be in blue. And also outline of flat neovascularization. There are some different ideas about flat neovascularization. Some of the books you will see they are just in red color, but some of them they say the outline should be in blue. Doesn't matter. Outline of flat degeneration, as we said, outline of thin areas of retina. Before we talked about the inner side of the thin area, that should be in red. The outline should be in blue. And its intraretinal cysts are going to be in blue. And blue cross lines in these lesions are going to be in blue cross lines. Inner line of retinoschisis, the inner line should be in blue cross lines. White, with or without pressure, they are with the blue cross lines. Detached parts plana epithelium anterior to separation of ora serrata. Rolled edges of retinal tears, I showed to you, they should be in blue cross lines. And green, opacities in the media, it means all the opacities in the vitreous should be in green color. Vitreous hemorrhage, vitreous membranes intraocular foreign body, because it's also going to be in the vitreous. Retinal operculum, because again it's attached to the retina, the operculum. And cotton wool sparses, again some books say it should be in purple or yellow, and some say green. And pillars of ora, I showed to you, outline of elevated neovascularization. So outline of flat neovascularization in blue, and outline of elevated neovascularization is in green. And then astrid hyalosis is going to be in green also. And brown uveal tissue, pars plana, ciliary process, pigment beneath detached retina. This is, you must understand, if there is a pigment beneath the The detached retina, that's in brown. If it is in the attached retina, that's in black. The pigmentation in the attached retina should be in black. If it is under the detached retina, it is going to be in brown color. Okay, outline of CRA, beneath detached, the same thing. Outline of chororetinal atrophy, if it is under the detached retina, it's going to be in brown. If it is in the attached retina, it's going to be in black. Okay, pigment epithelial detachment, outline of posterior staphyloma, that's going to be in brown. Malignant choroidal melanomas are going to be in brown. The next stage of buccal, again the same thing. If it is beneath the detached retina, sometimes we put scleral buccals. If you see that under the detached retina, that's going to be in brown. If it is under the attached retina, it's going to be in black. And its choroidal detachment is also in brown. By yellow color, intraretinal edema, intraretinal subretinal hard yellow exudates, deposits in the RPE, post-photocoagulation retinal edema, sometimes we do PRP or photocoagulation, and then edema occurs. That's going to be also in yellow color. Substance of long and short ciliary nerves. One is the outline, one is the inner side. The outlines of these nerves are going to be shown in black color, but the inner side of the substance are going to be shown in yellow color, and the drusen's are also going to be in yellow color. And next, black, as I told you before, edge of buccal beneath attached retina. If it is under the detached retina, brown. If attached, black. Outline of CRA, if it is in the attached retina. And hyperpigmentation as a result of cryo. Of course, if you do cryo, if you do photocoagulation, diathermy, and there is hyperpigmentation in the attached retina, that's going to be in black. Again, if it is under the detached retina, it's going to be in brown. And navy, all the navy are going to be in black color. And sheath vessels, sometimes we say in yellow color, or sometimes also in black color can be shown. And outline of long and short posterior ciliary vein and nerve. The outlines are going to be in black, and the inner side are going to be in yellow.
In black?
Yeah, in black color, yes.
You mentioned yellow.
No, yellow is the inner side of the substance. The outline is in black. I will also show you the pictures. And also pigment in choroid, pigment epithelial hyperpigmentation in areas of attached retina, they are in black. And pigment demarcation in lines at attached margin of detached retina, and sometimes the detached retina has also a margin. And the pigmented demarcations there should be in black color. Okay, or also within detached retina, if there are, okay, there is also something you must know. Sometimes the retina is detached and a pigmentation, if it is inside of the detached retina, it should be again in black. If it is behind or under the detached retina, it's going to be in brown color. Okay, now we come to the pictures. Before we talked about every lesion here, and you yourself are going to tell which lesion is this. For example, choroidal detachment we say in brown color. White without pressure or with pressure, both of them are going to be with these blue lines. And whole, we talk about blue outline in inner side is going to be in red color. Paving stone we talked about. Horseshoe tail and horseshoe tail with rolled edges. Rolled edges are going to be in blue color. And horseshoe tail with flap. The flap is again in blue color. Lattice degeneration we talked about. Lattice degeneration with vitreous condensation. If vitreous condensation is there, that's going to be in green. And snowflake degeneration, and also periretinal hemorrhage, Dutch hemorrhages we talked about, periretinal or subhyalid hemorrhage, and vitreous hemorrhage is going to be in green, we say. Laser spots, if they are fresh, they are going to be in a yellow color. If they are old, black color, osteohyalosis, and also detached retinal with subretinal fluid, that's going to be in blue color. And this is all we talked about. Now you are familiar with them, and it is easy to find. And this is a good picture because the writings are not very clear, and I'm going to ask you questions. What do you think this lesion is?
Lattice degeneration.
I'm not sure.
White without pressure.
Not sure
Again,
again. Because
retinal tear.
excellent. GRT, that is genital tear, because we said the inner portion of the genital tear is going to be in rich color, and this rolled edges are going to be in blue color. So this is a GRT or genital tear. What is this lesion? Anybody? Retinal detachment, excellent. It is again in blue color, and there is a hole. The outline of the hole is in blue color, and inside is in the red color. What is this lesion? Choroidal detachment. It is in brown color. As I told you, usually or in most cases, this choroidal detachment doesn't extend the equator because of the strong attachment of the vertex wheels, but sometimes they may. And also you see the, what is this?
Cystoid macular edema.
Excellent, cystic macular edema is there. And next again, what is this lesion? Retinal detachment. What is this lesion? Partial tear. This one? No pigmentation within the detached retina, not under the detached retina. If it is in the detached retina, again it's going to be in black color. What about this lesion?
This is not seen clearly.
It is pigmentation. No, do not read this. You just look to this.
No, the color.
The color is brown, only a brown color.
This is
That is
pigmentation.
excellent pigmentation under the detached retina. I talked about this. And what's going to be this one? It is a brown color, brown outline with red lines. You forgot it?
Yes, bleak.
No.
Retinal bleak.
It is CRA, chorioretinal atrophy. If it is under the detached retina, it's going to be in brown outline and the red lines inside. Okay, what is this lesion?
That is
That's degeneration. What are these red spots?
hole.
These are the holes. What is this green area?
This is the vitreous.
Excellent, which is condensation. And what's this black one?
It is called
It is again a pigmentation. And this pigmentation is in the attached retina. That's why it is in black color. And what is going to be this lesion?
vortex vein.
Excellent. Vortex vein is also in red color, and it is in the oral in the equator. And what's going to be this lesion?
This is a reed in center and.
It's again CRA. The outline is black. The outline is in black, and the inside is in the red. CRA, if it is under the detached retina, the outline is going to be in brown color. If it is in the attached retina, the outline is going to be in black color. And the inside is again in red lines. And what's going to be this one?
Retinal peak.
Not bleak, it is thin retina. Thin retina, the outline in blue, and the inside is going to be in red. Thin retina we talked about just before this. Okay, and what's going to be this?
This is also the cross line.
Yeah.
Opacity.
Yeah.
And what is in the peak?
Yeah, I will show you. We talked about it, but you became bored.
In the Greek, I think here is
Right.
X.
Outline of the
Like
retina,
X.
areas of retina are going to be in blue color.
In the blue, yes. In the Dutch picture also, the outline was the blue. In the inner is the cross hatch.
Yeah,
But I think in the Greek, here will be X shape.
yeah, Mr.
And in the thin retina, here will be a cross hatch.
Okay, now we have the time is really short. You accept this with me. It is also written thin retina.
Here in retina.
No, thin retina.
Thin retina.
Thin retina. If the retina is thin, that's the outline is with the blue color, and the inside is going to be with hatched red lines or with crossed red lines. What is this lesion? I must say you are very quiet. This is going to be
Vitreous.
Opacity in the
opacity, or sometimes vitreous hemorrhage also looks like this. And what's going to be this, the small one? I will tell you this is green in color. This small thing is green, and this is the whole blue outline and red inside.
This is the upper column.
Upper column, excellent. The upper column that attached retinal tissue, and it is attached to the posterior vitreous. What's going to be this lesion? That's going to be
This is the black.
black. Sometimes pigmentations which remain after cryo or
This is the
photocoloration. Yes. After crino, there is the pigmentation. What's going to be this?
This is the nervous.
This is the long posterior ciliary nerve. You see, Mr. Najib, the outline is in black and the inside is in yellow color. And what's going to be this lesion? This is, you forgot, West ring. West ring is also in green color. I talked about this floater, the patient is going to have floater. So we talked about, now I am happy because most of us now know the lesions. What's going to be this lesion? This is again going to be white with or white without pressure. Giant regional tail is going to have a red area here. But here the red area is not there. It is going to be the white without pressure. And this is the shaded vein. What's going to be this one? It's going to be choroidal tumor. And this we didn't talk about retinoblastoma is going to be with blue outline and red and yellow inside. And what else? This is going to be the horseshoe tail, and these this yellow area is going to be the what they call after photocoagulation. After photocoagulation, and Mr. Okay, Hamasa, what's going to be this one?
Degeneration.
It's not degeneration. That is in green. That is pre-retinal membrane. You are very interested with macular packer. That's also going to be in this color. And what are these? These are parsperma cysts. Parsperma cysts are also going to be in brown color. And what is this one? It's interesting. What is this one? Who knows? This is the Backel effect in the attached retina. Sometimes you will see the effect of the Backel in the attached retina. So this is the Backel effect. If it is under the attached retina, it's going to be in black color. And these are some of the things we didn't talk about before. Retinitis is going to be also in yellow color, and these are the periphilibitis, perivascular exudates, and NVE. We said if it is flat, it should be in blue color. Okay, and this is the choroidal tubercle, and the intraocular tuberculosis. You are going to see the tubercle cell, and they are also going to be in brown color. And if the choroiditis is acting, that's going to be in yellow color. If they are held, they are going to be again in brown color. And vitreous rays or clusters are again in green color. Okay, that is all, and thanks.
Okay.
Thank you for active listening. I hope it wasn't very fun.